Eagsulacht is Irish for diversity. It also happens to be the name of one of my latest films that takes recordings from real people who share their perspectives on society, as well as interesting insights to their cultures and ways of life. This is probably the most important short film I have ever made. There's nothing I love more than bringing people together, especially through my work. I'll tell a quick story of how it came to be in the first place. It was always going to be based on the idea of diversity and inclusion ever since it started off as just a seed of an idea in my mind. I asked many friends of mine, mostly minorities, of course, because that was kind of the purpose of this film, to understand perspectives of minority groups. To the people who agreed to take part, I messaged them just giving instructions, basically asking them to abdicate and or share their perspective, whether it be culture-wise, gender-wise, etc. And from then on, it was all up to them. The writing, the storytelling, everything. You really think I'm going to write their stories for them? No way, not my place to do that. But once I had all the recordings, it was time to start the actual production, because it is my place to do that, however. Now, the concept was always going to be the stars in the sky representing each of the people who speak in the video. I thought it was a good idea to, it's as if to say, like, each of the people are a star themselves, you know? And it was originally going to be like any other one of my short films. I was going to play a man who stands on a cliff with a telescope looking at the stars and watching them come to life. And the character was going to be slightly comedic in a few ways. Now, while there's nothing wrong with a bit of humor here and there, as long as we're still respectful of the concept, I didn't want it to even be possible for my one chance to do good with my work to distract the viewer with typical gags that you'd see in any other one of my films. So I took the humor out of it, and then after a while I took my character out as well, for one reason only, but a rather big one. This film is not about me. I did not like the idea of performing in it as a character and be in any way eligible for praise and admiration, when the real praise and admiration belongs to the brave people in the voice recordings. So I didn't play a character, and there was no real setting at all. It all just kind of took place in the stars, like in the night sky. And my voice was just there in the beginning just to kind of set the scene. I was kind of a narrator, I guess, in a way, or just a presenter. And then I handed it over completely to the people in the voice recordings. So that's basically the story of how this idea became a reality. Now, if you're thinking of watching this film, I must warn you, it of course tackles very serious and sensitive issues. However, I strongly encourage people of all ages, even young people, especially young people, in fact, to watch it and listen to the voices of the strong individuals in the video, and maybe they will take something away from it. There's no one specific message of the film. There are many things to be taken from it, whether it be motivation to make a change, understanding other ways of life, or simply acknowledging the hardship, because that is the first step to creating a much better and happier tomorrow for so many people.